Absolutely.
All right. So autism, let's jump into the kind of specific questions parents have about what is it in the first place. There are two main questions that parents have submitted to us about autism. Actually, three questions.
Yeah, and the questions are, the first one is, what is autism? And the second is, does it matter how old a child is when we figure out she has autism? And the third is, where do I get help for my child and support for my family?
So we're going to ask you to walk us through these, Eileen, and let folks know who are watching that don't feel like you need to go get a piece of paper and write all this down or memorize this. It's all going to be up online. You can either access it yourself with a home computer or a computer at the library, or someone you work with or care about, you know, a neighbor, a friend. All this information is going to be here permanently at parentinginaction.org. But okay.
Okay,
What is autism?
What is autism?
Yes.
So we use this term, and this is it looks like a confusing slide, but it's the terminology is incredibly confusing, and because it's so confusing, I think we just have to get the terms out there because people will be hearing these terms as they start learning about this topic.
And normally we're really careful on the show not to use complicated terms,
a lot of
but
jargon.
You want to help us understand it when we hear it. What does it mean?
This is the terminology that's out there in use, and parents need to understand what it means. So we use this term now, the autism spectrum, because it's a huge spectrum from, you know, kids who are a little quirky, a little unusual, to kids who are really quite disabled, and everything in between. So when you look this up officially, autism falls under the pervasive developmental disorders, PDD. And there are three that we commonly use. One, autistic disorder, or pure and simple autism. Number two, Asperger's syndrome, which some people call high-functioning autism or mild autism. And number three is PDD-NOS. They have pervasive developmental disorder, not otherwise specified. It's not autism, really. It's not Asperger's disorder, really. But the kid has a lot of features of the autistic spectrum. And so that's sort of where most kids will end up with a diagnosis of PDD-NOS.